What is the history of lesbian sexuality? What is the history of lesbian sexuality? This topic takes us on a journey through time, exploring how women who love women have been perceived and treated in various cultures. Lesbian sexuality refers to romantic and sexual attraction between women. While historical records often focus on men, there are many fascinating accounts of women's relationships throughout history. In ancient times, evidence of lesbian relationships can be found in literature and art. For instance, the poetry of Sappho from the island of Lesbos celebrates love between women. Her work has had a lasting impact on how we view lesbian identity today. The term lesbian itself originates from her home island, highlighting the significance of her contributions. Moving to the early modern period, we find that in places like Thailand, women in royal harems formed close bonds with each other. These relationships were sometimes romantic or sexual, and the term len phuyen, meaning to play with friends, described these connections. Interestingly, legal codes from the 15th century even mention punishments for lesbian relationships among palace women, although enforcement was rare. In Western history, the first printed use of the term lesbian appeared in the 18th century. However, women loving women has been documented long before that. In colonial America, women faced charges for lewd behavior when involved in same-sex relationships, but such cases were less common than those involving men. The 19th and 20th centuries marked a turning point for visibility among women who loved women. The rise of women's rights movements allowed for the development of social networks and support groups. Organizations like the Daughters of Bilitis in the United States created safe spaces for lesbians to gather, discuss issues, and advocate for their rights. These groups often focused on both personal and political aspects of lesbian life. Literature and media have played a significant role in shaping lesbian culture. Novels and poetry have portrayed lesbian relationships, sometimes critically but increasingly with acceptance. Books like Women's Barracks became bestsellers, bringing lesbian experiences into public conversation. From the perspective of women's culture and heritage, lesbian sexuality is an essential part of the broader history of women's lives. It highlights how women have formed bonds, resisted social norms, and created communities. Understanding this history helps us appreciate the diversity of women's experiences and the ongoing struggle for recognition and equality. Practical applications of this history include using literature, art, and oral traditions to teach about the contributions of lesbian women. Recognizing lesbian heritage in museums and educational programs ensures these stories are preserved and shared. This approach supports a fuller understanding of women's culture and heritage, acknowledging the full range of women's relationships and identities.